they created the salary cap. I don't know what year they did that. It was
94.
Yeah, they created the salary cap, and the purpose of it, I'm assuming, is to keep all the teams even.
Parity, what they call it, to create parity.
Exactly, give everyone a chance. Mm-hmm. Now, something up there in New York, they need to think about is, since then, I think I'm not familiar. Like I know Australian tax law backwards, but in the US, I'm not sure. But a big problem that I'm seeing at the moment, especially for the 49ers, is the tax rate. The tax rate in California, and I'm thinking that was probably introduced recently, more recent than that, than that whole thing. So I think the NFL really need to think about creating a new cap, as in 175 or 190 or so.
I was thinking the same exact thing this week. How is it fair? How is it fair that the Texas teams and the Nevada team and the Washington team and the Florida teams get to basically have 13% more cap space than the California teams? That's not fair at all.
Well, I think Arizona's probably the same, right?
Yes. I mean, there's got to be about 8 teams that can offer these players and coaches basically a raise because there's no state income tax.
Well, that's the thing, and if I'm just thinking, putting myself in the position. If I'm a player and I'm on $10 million a year, why am I going to give $1.3 million to the Californian government? So nothing personal, but I'd rather have that in my pocket.
And on top of that, what you probably don't know is most of the players that get drafted by the Niners or signed by the Niners do not buy out here. They rent and take their money and buy wherever they came from. You know what I mean? The South or the Midwest or back East. Usually.
Yeah, it creates a whole problem because, it's harder to keep players. It's harder to create a team.
Definitely harder to win like bidding wars in free agency for how do you win a bidding war against the Cowboys? It's hard.
Yeah.
The Dolphins.
And I think it's the same for the New York teams. So, and they're talking about increasing it to 17% or something I've read recently. And I mean, that's just crazy. But anyway, whatever. So I think that's a big problem. And it just defeats the purpose, because the whole purpose of the salary cap was to make it a level playing field for all the teams. And the current situation is not that. So really the NFL need to. Look what the Raiders just did.
Look what the Raiders just did. They went from my hometown, Oakland, which is one of the highest taxes places in the world, to Vegas. Yeah. Great move. No brainer.
No brainer. So it's not a level playing field currently, and the NFL really need to do something. And the simple fix is something like 175 for teams generally, and maybe 190 for the higher tax states. So I think that'll be fairer for all the teams. So
good call.
So
I'll send that up the proper channels. I'll let them know.
Send that up as well.